bombed.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
I'll tell you there's one. It's a bonus story I'm going to tell you now. I was fishing in Ayr, the Second World War, and I got a telegram. Come home. Everything was censored, you see. You couldn't write nothing in your letters. You see, everything was censored. So, we was fishing. I was in the North Britain fishing in the Clyde, and I got a telegram to come home. That was all that I got. So, my brother was skipper, and away I went home. He says, you go away and get a bus from Ayr to Glasgow, and for Glasgow home. So, I didn't know what I was going to get. It's all right. So, I comes away home, and the train, it's off the train off the Aberdeen, it's on the bus to Peterhead, and I come to what we call the chain house at the Muckle, and there was a street warden there, and he says, where are you going, Jim? I said, I'm going home. He says, you can't go there. I says, why? He says, there's a 1,000-pound bomb lying at your door. I says, what? Oh, he says, you can't go there. I says, where's the wife and the family? Oh, he says, they're evacuated away to the North School. Oh, so I was so inquisitive, you see. We went along Maiden Street, but I would be so inquisitive that I went along the South Bay across in Blackwell. And when I went along across in Blackwell, in up Love Lane, here's a 1,000-pound line at her door like a herring barrel. And after he saw the wife, I says, what happened? He says, 2 o'clock in the morning, I had 3 of our family, a boy and 2 girls. At 2 o'clock in the morning, the policeman came to the door, wakens the wife. And he says, how much your family you got? The wife says, 3. Well, he says, get out as quiet as you possibly can, because there's a bomb lying at your door. And the wife was evacuated for a whole week. It lay for a whole week at her door at Maiden Street, 43 Maiden Street. And it was just like a herring barrel. And they took it and put it off at Rora. And it's a good job it didn't go. And that was my experience. In the time of the war, we was fishing at Peterhead. And we was fishing off a penny fall. And we never knew where the Jerry aeroplane. He dropped a bomb, and it just scuffed the stern, the Jerry. He dropped a bomb, and he filled the small boat of water, but it never went off. And he wasn't pleased with that. He came back and he machine guns, which is riddled with machine gun bullets, and there was no white off a touch. Well, when we saw him coming, we knew the block. He was so low, he was so blocked, at my brother he cried, everybody for themselves. Some run to the galley, some down the hole, one way or another. And the machine guns us. And after he went away, there was a trawler, the Star of Scotland. He come alongside. We was going away to cut. He says, don't cut your gear. He says, we've got a gun on. And the Star of Scotland, he stood by us till we got our gear aboard, or I should have lost our gear, you see, and he escorted us to Peterhead. We had the gun, and the lifeboat was just coming out. They saw it at Penny Fall, us being bombed, you see, dropped the bomb. It never went off, and there wasn't one who was touched. That's right, no? That was our experience, time of the war.
Do you mind from some of the rest of the houses were bombed in Peterhead?
I remember James Street, and there was 21 killed. Well, he was trying for the harbour, you see. He was trying for the harbour, the boats in the harbour, but they dropped his landmine, it landed in James Street. What a destruction. 21 killed. I went down in the morning, and what a rabble. You couldn't get down James Street for a rabble. Just got a direct hit, 21 killed. Never forget that. And Patchy, I had to tell you about in Bornhaven. His father bought an old an old galley that we got, and he had it for safety for moving, you see. He put it in his garden, and his house was next to the Methodist church. And when he heard the siren, Patch, his father and his mother, and him and his sister went into this shelter, air raid shelter, so to speak, and their house was got a direct hit, demolished, and that was Patch's father, and that was next door to the Methodist church, and that was severely damaged too. That's the time of the Second World War. That's right, no, that's a moment, Peterhead. Well, the thing it is, here was the Jerry. He was always after the cargo boats, you see. That's what he was after, you see, these bombs aboard. For the cargo boats, you see, it was being escorted away to different places. And if he didn't, well, there was no convoy, he dropped his bombs in Peterhead or Aberdeen or Fraserburgh. He always dropped his bombs. And the bombs that was dropped in the South Bay, oh, fantastic, fantastic, the bombs that was dropped. Trying to get a boat, you see. A lot of boats was anchored in Peterhead. And the Jerry always dropped his bombs before he went away back. If he didn't get a convoy. It's a convoy, it was always, a convoy always passed Peterhead.
Is the artillery, those artillery guns that were present,
Yes,
they fire?
yes, yes,
They
yes,
fire.
yes. They had the guns too, you see. They had the guns, time of war. Oh, it's a hot shop, Peterhead, time of war. Oh, the siren near every night went. Always well. He always went somewhere he thought was shelter, get under cover. No, it was terrible, Peterhead. Everybody was just, oh shit,